Arsenal striker Kaihavertz is expected to miss the upcoming North London derby against Tottenham after suffering another injury setback, sources have indicated. The 26-year-old has struggled for consistent involvement this season, making only 7 appearances. He had only just returned last month following a knee injury sustained on the opening weekend. While the precise details of this latest problem remain unclear, it is believed to be muscular in nature. Havertz has already been ruled out of Thursday's Premier League clash away at Brentford. Arsenal face a demanding schedule ahead, including an FA Cup 4th-round tie against Wigan, followed by league trips to Wolves and Tottenham on February 22nd. As things stand, Havertz is considered highly unlikely to feature against Spurs. This marks another frustrating chapter for the Germany international, who previously tore his right hamstring in February last year and was sidelined for the remainder of that campaign. The Gunners are also missing Mikel Merino, martinodegaard and bukayosaka as they attempt to maintain their 6-point cushion at the top of the table. Brentford versus Arsenal match preview. Arsenal resume their Premier League campaign with their advantage at the summit trimmed to 6 points as they prepare for a challenging London derby against Brentford on Thursday night. Their lead could shrink further before kick-off, depending on Manchester City's result earlier in the week. Despite the pressure, Mikel Arteta's side have responded strongly since their defeat to Manchester United, winning 4 consecutive matches. Their recent 3-0 victory over Sunderland showcased their attacking sharpness and control. Brentford, meanwhile, edged Newcastle United 3-2 in a dramatic encounter, following up a previous win against Aston Villa. Keith Andrews' team now sit level on points with Liverpool and remain firmly in the hunt for UEFA Champions League qualification. Although Arteta insists his team are focusing one match at a time, there is little margin for error. If Arsenal drop points at Brentford, memories of past collapses could resurface. With trips to the Etihad Stadium and Tottenham Hotspur Stadium looming, protecting their advantage is crucial. Brentford, tougher than the record suggests. Brentford famously defeated Arsenal on the opening day of the 2021-22 campaign, a result that intensified pressure on Arteta. While Arsenal have since won 7 and drawn 2 of the 9 meetings that followed, many of those victories were hard-earned rather than comfortable. Earlier this season, Arsenal's 2-0 win only felt secure after a late bukayosaka goal. Several other encounters have been settled by narrow margins. At the G-Tech Community Stadium, Brentford have built an impressive home record. Only Arsenal, Manchester City, Aston Villa and Manchester United have more home wins this season. They also rank among the league's strongest home sides, both offensively and defensively. Despite losing Yohan Wissa and Brian Mbeumo during the summer, Andrews has successfully reshaped his attack, with Igor Thiago and Dango Ouattara forming a dangerous partnership. A selection dilemma for Arteta? Martinodegaard's recent injury absence has coincided with Arsenal scoring more freely from open play. In the last 360 minutes, the Norwegian has featured in just 90, and the team has netted 11 goals in that period, 9 from open play. Havertz's return has contributed to quicker ball progression, and his developing connection with Victor Gyökeres has added directness to Arsenal's attacking play. The side appear less reliant on set pieces and more capable of unlocking defences through fluid movement. When Odegaard regains fitness, Arteta faces a delicate decision. While the captain offers intensity in pressing, the current system has shown greater attacking rhythm and unpredictability. Key battle: Thiago versus Arsenal's defence. Only Erling Haaland has scored more league goals this season than Igor Thiago, underlining Brentford's main threat. However, in the reverse fixture, Thiago was largely neutralised by Williamsaliba and Gabrielmagalhaes, managing minimal impact. Still, Thiago enters this match in strong form, with 6 goals in his last 6 league outings. Arsenal's central defensive pair have logged heavy minutes recently and have appeared slightly fatigued at times. Thiago may sense an opportunity to make a greater impression this time around. The impact of Arsenal's finishers. Arteta has frequently referred to substitutes as finishers, adopting a mindset that values their decisive impact rather than labelling them as reserves. The strategy has paid dividends, with Arsenal leading the league in goal contributions from substitutes. Victor Gyökeres has thrived in this role, topping the scoring charts in 2026 with 6 goals in 8 games. Gabriel Martinelli has also been highly effective off the bench. Arsenal's formula has become clear. Break through stubborn defences, often via set pieces, and then exploit tired opponents with pace and direct transitions late in matches. With the club competing on multiple fronts, this tactical flexibility could prove vital in their pursuit of silverware. Alexander Stankovic. Manchester United's step-up interest as rivals circle. Manchester United have intensified their efforts to secure Alexander Stankovic, with competition building among several top English clubs for the highly rated Club Brugge midfielder, recent reports suggest. A rising star drawing comparisons. At just 20 years old, Stankovic is enjoying a breakthrough campaign in Belgium, following his move from Inter Milan to Club Brugge last summer. The Serbian international and son of former midfield great Dejan Stankovic developed through Inter's academy but never featured for their senior side. Despite that, Inter clearly recognised his potential, inserting a buyback clause into the €10 million agreement with Bruges. That clause can be activated for €22 million this summer, rising to €26 million next year. Stankovic has impressed with his all-round midfield abilities. He influences matches both defensively and offensively, contributing 7 goals and 3 assists this season, while also posting strong numbers in ball progression and defensive actions. One experienced recruitment specialist has labelled him a major talent, drawing parallels with one of the Premier League's most complete midfielders currently playing at the Emirates. He's a genuine class act, the scout explained. He reminds me of the young Declan Rice. That's the comparison I see. You can tell he's inherited that quality from his father. This boy has huge potential. Premier League heavyweights monitoring situation. According to Team Talk, Stankovic's standout displays in Bruges' midfield have attracted widespread attention across Europe. Manchester United face competition from Arsenal, Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur, as well as continental sides Atletico Madrid and Borussia Dortmund. Inter Milan remain in a strong position thanks to their buyback option, and sources suggest Stankovic would welcome a return to the San Siro. However, he is said to be keeping his options open and is aware of the increasing interest from England and other major European leagues. United scouts have reportedly compiled detailed assessments throughout the season, with the club accelerating their pursuit in recent months. What this means for United. Manchester United are expected to reinforce their midfield with 2 additions this summer as Ineos prepare a significant squad reshuffle. Casemiro is set to leave at the end of his contract, and Manuel Ugarte's future remains unclear after an inconsistent campaign. While Elliot Anderson is viewed as the primary target, Carlos Baleba and Adam Wharton are also admired. However, each of those Premier League midfielders could command fees approaching £100 million, making a double signing financially challenging. As a result, United may need to explore more affordable yet high potential alternatives. Stankovic represents a promising market opportunity, a rising European talent who could complement a major domestic signing without overwhelming the club's summer budget. Fabio Vieira has suggested that his temporary move to Hamburger SV could turn into a long-term stay. The Portuguese midfielder has found it difficult to secure regular playing time at Arsenal, even though he previously showed promise during a loan spell at FC Porto. Limited opportunities in North London eventually prompted the Gunners to approve a switch to Germany. Hamburger negotiated an option to buy Vieira permanently at the end of the season, and his recent performances have strengthened the case for activating that clause. He has enjoyed consistent minutes on the pitch and appears comfortable in his new environment. If his form continues, the Bundesliga side may be willing to commit the funds required to make the deal permanent. Uncertain future at Arsenal. Given the fierce competition within Arsenal's squad, it seems improbable that Mikel Arteta would bring Vieira back into the fold, even if he thrives in Germany. That said, a strong campaign in the Bundesliga could boost his market value and attract interest from other prominent European clubs. Proving himself in a demanding league would highlight both his technical ability and versatility. Vieira appears to understand what is expected of him in Hamburg and has benefited from the confidence shown by the coaching staff. Regular game time is crucial for building rhythm and self-belief, something he struggled to achieve at Arsenal. As reported by Bully News, Vieira admitted that staying in Hamburg remains a genuine option. Remaining in Hamburg is one of the possibilities. There's a purchase option in place. If the club decides to trigger it, I'll continue enjoying my time here and playing in the Bundesliga. But that decision isn't in my hands. We'll see what happens in the summer. His comments demonstrate both realism and openness as he waits for clarity over the next chapter of his career. Lewis Miley, emerging as a key figure at Newcastle. Lewis Miley has grown into an important player for Newcastle United after breaking into the first team 2 seasons ago. Arsenal are reportedly monitoring the 19-year-old ahead of a potential move this summer. A graduate of Newcastle's academy, Miley has already accumulated 76 senior appearances. He initially stepped up during an injury crisis that stretched the squad, and although Eddie Howe later eased him out of the spotlight once senior players returned, Miley has since cemented his role within the team. His development has been so impressive that supporters were concerned when he recently suffered a dead leg injury in the 2-0 defeat to Aston Villa. The setback could sideline him for a couple more weeks. Naturally a midfielder, Miley has demonstrated impressive versatility this season, even filling in at right back during the absences of Tino Livramento and Kieran Trippier. His ability to adapt defensively underlines Howe's trust in his qualities. There had been speculation last summer that Miley was unsettled due to limited starts, but after featuring in 30 matches across competitions this term, those doubts have faded. Newcastle are reportedly considering improving the contract he signed in January 2024. Although Newcastle World has not confirmed it, Sportsboom claim that Arsenal have sent scouts to observe Miley in recent months. Regardless of whether Arsenal secure the Premier League title, Arteta is expected to have financial backing for summer reinforcements. Manchester City and Aston Villa have also been mentioned as admirers. Newcastle, however, will be determined to retain one of their brightest academy graduates, especially after losing Elliot Anderson to Nottingham Forest 2 years ago. Eddie Howe recently praised Miley's rapid progress in an interview with TNT Sports. He's performed excellently at right back. At times, he's even played at centre-half and handled every role confidently. He continues to add new dimensions to his game. Fundamentally, he's a technically gifted footballer, an outstanding athlete and a great character. When you combine all those traits, you're looking at a top player.